It started with allegedly the first 24 hours was that Sebastian had run away. Then it was upgraded to Sebastian Rogers was just missing. And then it took a 180-degree turn. And if my memory is clear, I believe they began searching the landfill. Why? I don't know the answer. This isn't clickbait. This is us asking what happened to go like, well, downhill so fast. This is Sebastian Rogers. He is only 15 years old. He is missing from Hendersonville, Tennessee. He has autistic tendencies, highly functioning, very intelligent. He's always got a smile for everybody. And they have him down on the TBI poster, his last seen on Monday, February 26th, which is confusing because the last he was ever seen on camera where the parent, Seth, the real father, has ever said he believes is Sebastian was at about, I think it was 6:39 p.m. on Sunday night. So I want to dig in a little bit. There's a lot to cover here. I want your opinion, your thoughts tonight. I'm going to be sharing that with everybody. And I want to welcome you. Here we go, lovelies. All right. Let's get back over to this. So I want to kind of talk, oh my golly, this case. Y'all, I'm going to tell you something. I got to keep it absolutely real and 1,000% real. Why would I have my platform if I wasn't here for the main person? I wouldn't. I wouldn't waste my time. I wouldn't waste your time. And I feel that there is a great deal of clatter, just like as if the kitchen, all the pans are out and it's just a lot of noise. They're all being banged and shaken and rattled. And it's a distraction. It's undeniably a distraction, just like my boys. Hold on, y'all. It's okay. Good boys. And what do I mean by that? I mean, what are we supposed to be doing here? Anybody know? Aren't we looking for who this little kid is? Where is he? Right? But searchers are getting run off. What the heck? We're hearing all kinds of stuff because now people have PR teams. Let me get into this a little bit. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm hot like a firecracker tonight. This is going to be more of a rant. And I can't help it. It's my heart because I have an autistic child. And right now, he's at work safe and sound. If he wasn't, if he was Sebastian, I'll tell you. Let's talk about this. Why is there a push out? Why are we seeing experts in their fields, diligent workers, volunteers being pushed out of the case? Whether it's searchers or it's PIs or it's it's like Seth is being shut down, shut up, right? Okay, so the real father was bringing a lot online for the heart of Sebastian. We were all connecting and understanding This is his heart, and we could see it, and we went after it. All right. He's been shut down now. Now his mouthpiece, I'm going to leave what I said, is Tony Mathis. Okay? All right. When Tony Mathis comes on, there's a timing issue for me. And the timing issue is everything changed when Tony entered the room. And he has been a distraction since the get-go. The PIs all left because they didn't want to be associated, in my opinion, with him. You don't even have a credential. In fact, the only credential you have is crane business. So one goal has been accomplished by someone that decided to get with Seth here. And that goal was, number one, in my opinion, is to shut the real father down. Number two, I think the real goal here was to get rid of the PIs, the ones that are digging in to the past to see if it's connected, because we are also now hearing there may or may not have been some communication between a text from that household over to the RSO grandma. All right, so the PIs are out of here. We have over 70 F-bombs from Chris on a secret call that gets exposed and leaked out, and then he shuts up and doesn't defend himself. Did he lawyer up? Did he lawyer up? Next, I'm listening to this PR for Seth when he threw Seth, the real father, under the bus. He stated basically that Seth was not cooperative the way the LE would like in the beginning, and therefore they got frustrated and cut him off. You do not share that. That is considered private information. If you are not a researcher, why are you trying to get on here and connect any dots? You should be working on websites that show that kid's face everywhere. You're the PR. Your client is actually Sebastian. You should be the one heading up groups that are plastering everywhere the flyers. You should not be doing TikToks that are going to be disappear and expect the creators not to snap them, grab them, and then show your words, because your real colors are coming clear. When you start trying to bring in a woman that I watched a court case, and shout out to you, Justice, or Jay for Justice. Thank you. You did an incredible job. I want you guys all check out what she just released. You probably already see it. I can't read truth right now. I've got to get this off my chest. I am hot. You should be encouraging helpers. And okay, y'all. Let's get real. In the Kylie Rodney case, Sammy did a better job than Tony Mathis is doing. That's why I'm upset. Tell me I'm not truthful. Trying to bring in a woman that was potentially facing a jury and ended up getting charges for brandishing and firing a weapon in an apartment building with no knowledge of who or what she was shooting at. The number one thing, listen, the number one thing that you know when you fire a weapon, because you're trained, right, is where's your backstop? Where's that bullet going to lodge? He wants to get her over onto this case. That case was in 2023. She's still having difficulties in having to get special paperwork because of the charges. Tony works in the crane business. Who's pushing him over there to get these goals accomplished, where the real father, who might be gullible, is shutting his mouth and letting somebody else talk and telling everybody that, hey, We weren't cooperating in the beginning with the police. Right? All right. Number 2, runs out all the PIs. I'm just going to say it. Just his mere presence, nobody wanted on the team anymore. And the number one thing I got to tell you is there is no gosh darn team. There is no team. Period. There is no I in team. The only one I am focused on is Sebastian. He is one person. You're either with me or you're against me. Period. He is 15 years old. He is autistic and he is gone. Like Summer Wells. Like Micah Bond. I don't give a crap about all this drama. But I do care about Sebastian because I look at a kid that has a different name every dang day of my life since I had my son. And so do a lot of us. And he might not be my son. He is not my son. Sebastian is not my son. He is not my child. But can I relate to him? Yes. 1,000%. My child was obsessed with Minecraft. My child still doesn't understand social media, so he's not allowed on it. He's 19. Guilty by association. Start bringing in hoodlums that have criminal records that need special permission to help in a missing child case is beyond unacceptable in any realm of the imagination that I personally have. Would you buy a used car from him? Would you buy... Okay, let me explain it this way, because, Mama D, I got to get to you. I got to get you to understand where I'm coming from. So I didn't really have anybody to teach me life, and a lot of us grew up that way. We were latchkey kids, We're, what are we, Generation X or something? I don't know. We raised ourselves. So as I got older, I decided I didn't want to have car loans, all right? Because that seemed like a waste to me. I was paying to interest a lot. So I drove my car till almost the wheels fell off as a single mother. But I saved my dimes and I saved my pennies till I had $5,500 and I could get a used car. And I learned something. That's how I judge people. Is if I would trust them after I listened to them for a while enough to buy a used car. And guess what? My money would have stayed in my pocket with Tony. There is no way on God's green earth because I can smell it. There is something very damn wrong here. And I'm putting out my own personal views only. I can smell a rat before I gotta do the research. But I did my research. I listened to the man talk. And the words coming out his mouth were things he should not be saying. And Seth did throw himself under the bus several times, but that's between here and there. I'm saying this. Before Tony, we had PIs working on the case. Seth might not have been doing a great job as an unskilled parent of a missing child, nor should he be. Nor should he be people-pleasing. Because an innocent parent isn't going to give a crap or a hoot what people think about them. They really aren't. I really do believe Brandy in the Michael Vaughn case is innocent. The mother. 100%. You ever heard her calls? Okay? She's a fighter. And she's still fighting for her son. Did she get a PR person? I don't think so. I don't know. But I'm just saying. Tony came in. We lost the PIs. Seth shut down. Now we got a Tony pulling in some yokels, pushing them over without any skills how to do this into the law enforcement office. Comes back, says things that then later have to be retracted. Gets everybody's panties in a wad. And I'm sitting here thinking, is anybody trying to figure out where the hell Sebastian is so that they can actually get closer to where the child might physically, logistically on the effing planet be and get searchers in that area like the Mississippi? I'm just asking. Or are we all going to sit around the table and play ping pong with Dixie Cup and crackers? Because nothing ain't making sense, and I'm not going to do it. I can tell you right now, I do not support this glass woman coming in after listening to the judge on J is for Justice explain that case. She should not ever be allowed to hold another weapon as long as she lives, in my humble opinion. She herself is claiming she had a 17-year-old child in said apartment when the gun was fired, and that nobody else had pulled a gun but her, and it was over some little squabble between kids. You should be kept away from Sebastian's case, in my humble opinion. You know what, Annette? I love you. You said too many cooks in the kitchen. But what I read was too many kooks in the kitchen. Right? Louise Arrington. I think my rant's over. I gotta catch my breath. I just want the entire distractions stop. But they're not going to. So for our channel's sake, going forward, I'm going to tell you now, we're going to listen to what Tony Matthews or Mathis or Yakka Yakka Doodle Doo has to say, but it's with a grain of salt. Because if he told me a Martian landed on the corner of the sidewalk, I sure the hell would not believe him. Sasha Johnson. OGOD at Summer. No, they're incompetent. Right, Sasha. Too many chiefs in the kitchen, spoiling the broth. It's more like too many people in the kitchen peeing in the Cheerios. Barefoot and wussyfoot. You know, I thought of it. I can't do that. So I can't say barefoot. I think it's pissyfoot. And I really think it's dirty socks. I think it's dirty socks. Because I think they're dirty, in my humble opinion. And to know that we got people that were willing to go on and use a voice changer and sound like Sling Blade, right? And then I'm listening to J is for Justice, and she catches this black night, and I thought of it right away, and I'm like, well, that's the same as my blackout. What is a black night to you? It's a blackout by the house. I just did an entire theory that so far nobody's been able to debunk, right? Called it Operation Blackout. Well, what is Black Night? It was a black night. So who is... Oh, y'all, my head. You call him Pussyfoot? That's what I'm saying. Pussyfoot and Dirty Socks. Cloutfoot and Stinky Box. Tony, the not so great right now, has really overstepped some lines. And I'm going to tell you, Tony, if you're listening, which you probably aren't, but if you are, this ain't the first rodeo for us creators. If we're playing or replaying your content, which I have not, right? I don't go on TikTok and record you. But if I did, it's because what you're doing is wrong. You're catering to individual audiences, expecting the others not to hear what you're saying. We believe in transparency. If it's good enough for TikTok, it's good enough for everybody. We need a whole new team on Sebastian. So, now, I want to talk to you guys a little bit where I wanted over my rant. I want to hear what you guys have to say. This is going to be our night of ranting, and then we're going with theory 2. Even though nobody's debunked the first theory, I have a second theory that I'm trying to work out. But I still have to edit the one down to 3 minutes. It's still at like 9 minutes, which won't work. So I've got a lot of work to do. Hi, Mr. If. She said, I have a theory, and before I can disclose it, I need to speak to Seth. I am slowly messaging several people. Well, I hope that it works for you, lovely. Now, if you guys do have a theory, remember, please, please, please use the comments below. Because when you email me your theory, no one else but me sees it. And that's really not fair to them. We have a huge 11 family, and everybody wants to hear the theory. Number 2, it is literally usually very long, and I can't read real lengthy things. I'll like start getting like almost like where I don't retain what I'm reading. I can't explain it, but I do have a reading issue. Seriously, for real. And so it needs to be kept like, first of all, paragraphs and punctuation and stuff like that. But second of all, keep it in the comments for everybody else to see, because other people could add to it or debunk it. And that's why I put my theories out there. And if somebody comes up with new evidence or they come up with something, I can go back and be like, okay, we can adjust this theory and make it more streamlined to fit the narrative that we are aware of. Right? Seth just had a meltdown on Smiley's threatening to beat up Trevor. Oh, Lord, Catherine Harvey, I hope you're wrong. It's crazy. Well, I know Shite is hitting the fan. But yeah, I want you to make sure that you're not sending only me the stuff. Me having the knowledge does not help Sebastian, really. It really doesn't. It helps to get it to everybody and get it to the right people. It's so long overdue for the FBI, and I really believe that he is somewhere in Mississippi, and that would get us the FBI, because we would cross state lines. I'm not even near that state, nowhere near it. Like I would have to leave my life to go that far, and I can't. Aw, Sandy says, I love Sebastian. I don't know why I feel like he's my son. He's so sweet. And I just know that Chris and Katie have something to do with his disappearance. People just don't disappear. Thank you. Thank you, lovely, for sharing your thoughts. Dreamweaver 2 says, Tony, shame on you to take advantage of a father when his heart is very heavy and very vulnerable. That's my opinion. Thank you, Dreamweaver. Stephanie says, I watch a meltdown too. He said every word in the book towards Trevor. Oh, Lord. I didn't know any of that, and I told you guys, there's no team, anything. It is Sebastian. And I did my rant about it. I told you, I'm not on board with any of it anymore. I'm just going to go for the kid. I want to find him. I want to get him home for him, for Sebastian. Mr. Ifs believes that Sebastian is being hidden under an assumed name and may be near him. Well, I hope you can bust it open. I really, really do. Right. And that's why I say, people, there was like out of, I think we got 300 comments on the first video with the Operation Blackout Theory. And then on the second video, I think it was even more. But anyway, out of 500 comments, we'll say, easily, in the last 2 days, right? And I have read every single one. Whew. And I appreciate them. I would like to say this. There were like 5 people out of 500, 5, that gave me crap about my theory and told me it was BS and I shouldn't send it to anybody. And even some of them said I should take it down. And I laughed because I'm like, thanks for letting me know who to block. Because when 5 out of 500 want me to take it down, it's never going to work. It tells me who's trying to drive home the narrative, right? But yeah, I am getting it. It'll be ready I'll be sending it off later tonight. So I'm happy with that. It'll be off my head, off my mind. It'll be off in the safe hands of the FBI and the TBI. So, well, I don't even know what to think. Creepy Tony popped into the screen with Seth too. Oh my gosh. Y'all. Should I try to... Where is it? Whose channel is it? Was it on TikTok? Trev is a good person too. What's going on with Seth is Tony beating him with drama. I'm telling you. Like a leech. It's clatter. It's all clattering. Defensive marks on Chris show he isn't hidden. That boy was fighting back, in my opinion, says Alicia Kay. That's a pretty significant thought. Oh my golly, Smileys. Let's head over. She won't care. We'll rewind it a little bit. She is a beautiful lady, and she is all about Sebastian. Whoops. Okay. Let's go. YouTube. Or how's it go? Smiley Stories World. Let's go there. Oh, I know Jennifer Swain. She says fresh eyes need to take over, Mama D. I agree. Thank you incredibly much for that snooper chat, hon. Thank you. That's a huge snooper chat. I don't know how that happens, but you are incredible. What did I get you guys? Whoops. Nope. Okay. Here it is. This beautiful lady right here. Let me get her on screen. Go over, give her channel all kinds of love. Subscribe. She's one of the good ones. Let's see what we can do here. Oh, brownie points for being
side or the other. I've said that before. You got to choose.
Where is it, you guys? Oh, okay. Smiley Stories World. Hold on.
But the
Smiley Stories World, you guys. Please go over after this. Give her all kinds of love and wonderful support. I'm telling you guys, Smiley is absolute golden heart. Like T-Rev 757. I mean, just really good. Really good love. Tommy Jew's another one. Once Upon a Crime Time.
Person
here we go.
Tried to come up here just a minute ago was under Chris, was under them same trees when Seth tried to come up here the first time and got disconnected. So is Chris with Seth and Tony right now? Because when Seth and Tony was there, Chris tried to come up here under the same fucking trees where they were at just a minute ago, is what I'm trying to tell y'all. I think they're all in this fucking shit together now. That's what you didn't see up here under my little panel just a minute ago.
What have we stumbled into? What has Smiley and us? Are we being duped? Y'all, I'm gonna have an aneurysm. We'll just leave it. It's probably a misunderstanding. There's probably some misunderstanding. Yeah, can somebody please share Smiley Story World link? Let me grab it. Oh, I don't have a way to do that because I'm on the computer. Back it up more, Mama D. Y'all, I don't even know what is going on. Hold on, I hit record. Let's try. Oh, what? Oh, this is going to be a long night. Here we go. I love you, Smiley Hun. Just take a deep breath, y'all. We have no clue what's going on. Let's see if I can get this.
Vigil.
Okay, I'm going to get
Tomorrow's
quiet.
a busy day with the ride and the vigil. Yeah, tomorrow is a busy day. Absolutely. Absolutely. Who said? Renee said, I had a strange feeling you were going to say, I didn't say anything.
Thank you, Jenny Hun.
T-Rev coming up? I don't know what is going on. Something is strange going on. I thought T-Rev said he was coming up. I don't know. Okay, hold on. The Seth that was on Page's talking had just Seth. It ran work at PI address from Colorado. Oh, that wasn't Seth? Oh, I think, yeah, because it showed he was out.
Hold on. It says a Seth that was on a page talking had just Seth. I ran it at work. That PI address came from Colorado. Okay.
Outside. So I dropped it again. If he is, that is the real Seth account, they said. Okay. He's probably having a connection problem.
It says Seth said he didn't know about being on here, so Tony
Seth,
said
please
nothing
come up
to
here.
him. Now she's asking Seth to come up.
Eileen,
Hi, Seth.
see, right here in front of Beach High School, in front of my son's high school. Of course, it's me, Trevor Lee. You slimy little slime ball.
Ho, 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 ho.
If he's going to start swearing, I'm not going to do this because I already let that happen, and you and I both know YouTube gave me a smack. Not T-Rev 757, you guys. Trab. Hold on. I'm going to just check it.
My God.
Okay, so Trevor Lee is on.
Trevor, are you okay? Well, that went well.
Obviously, it's bad because the chat over here.
That was a good move, AB. You're right. I wonder if I can.
You guys are going to have to go watch it on Smiley's. I'm not going to take away your
Hold on a
thunder.
minute. Hold on, Cher. Hold on.
Yep.
You're fine. Let's see if I can get him back up here. Can I get him back up here? T-Rev, can you call him and see if I can get him back up here? Tell him Trevor's gone.
Oh, man.
Somebody get
back?
him back up here?
I'm going to go forward till we see him. Okay, there's Justin, I think. Or who is that? Yeah.
Okay.
You might.
Justin. Oh, okay.
Right now, Chris Proudfoot ain't nowhere near me.
Okay, so you're sitting there watching me. So why did you come on here like that? Why? I mean, who is lying? Why? What is going on right now? What?
Yeah, somebody said that you were first. There's a lag on this thing or something?
I'm sorry, what?
I said there's a horrible lag.
I'm sorry. Now go ahead. Can you hear me?
He said
Can you
there's
hear
a
me?
lag. It's
Can you hear me now?
a service. He froze.
Oh, you froze. You're froze.
Test.
All right. Can you hear me now? I don't know.
Oh, my
Go out and
gosh.
come back in. Hold on.
This is so bizarre, y'all.
Hold on. How am I gonna make him unfreeze, y'all?
He'll drop off. He'll come back up.
Okay.
Chats, text messages, so they know my whereabouts. They know my locations. Because if I am somewhere, they want me to call them if I find something.
Sure.
And every time I go search and I don't have anything to show for it afterwards, you have no idea how it feels deep down inside that I failed to find my son, which means I failed to find him again. People want to sit there. I've got balls. I just don't need to fucking show my nuts to everybody. I just got to find my son. It's not about this shit. I am not fucking Christopher Proudfoot. All right? I have respect for fucking people.
Yeah, but you're teaming up with people that don't. That's where the problem is. It's not that the person is actually guilty of anything. I don't believe Seth is guilty of a darn thing. I'm worried that he's being sucked in by somebody that he shouldn't be trusting. Y'all feel me? What time is it? Somebody must be at my house. Oh no, they walked by. Okay. I didn't understand any of that. I'm glad I don't get mixed up in this. I agree, Jennifer. Thank you. All right, you guys. You guys are going to have to sort this out. I can't. I'm in agreement with Jennifer. I think we need to talk about the things that I want to talk about, which is this. Let's just switch off all of it. It's just giving me a headache. That kind of crap makes me want to go throw up. It just makes me want to go throw up. I don't even care about none of that. That's why I started this off with a rant, and then I got sucked into it because the drama was happening right then. No, I'm not going to do it. I'm not falling prey to it. This kid is who we're looking for. Now, what's really bugging me that I can't also let go of is where would they have gotten the idea, if it's even true, that it would be Sebastian texting that night to Katie's mother? Because you would never know who was texting. You know, like if you leave your phone on the table and it's not shut down, I could text behind your back and you wouldn't even know you sent a text. Nobody's going to know that's not you. So where are they getting the idea to say or attach Sebastian's name to this alleged text? That bothers me. That's too much assumption that would displace the timeline. And it makes me wonder, why try to alter the timeline? Thank you, Ann. That's why I like your channel. It's drama free. Well, almost wasn't. I got sucked in for a minute. But yeah, I do love Smiley. I think she's great. Dreamweaver, that's so strange you'd say that. Okay, Dreamweaver says the devil is wearing many faces in this case for sure. And what I thought of is this today, and it's very close to that. And that is, I have a message for you out there. And I am referring to sending a message right now with Seth, okay? You cannot ask God, because I know Seth, in the sense that he has faith. And I want him to hear me. Seth, you cannot ask God to pay your rent if the devil's under your roof. I'm just saying, be careful. When things start going wrong in our lives and taking a turn for the worst, we have to see who is the gatekeeper, who's controlling us where everything's going south. And we have to get rid of those people. David is asking me to debunk the rumor that Seth was with CP, please. Yes, that's untrue. I did debunk it. I just showed you Seth swinging the camera all the way around. He's in the middle of a parking lot with nobody there. I just showed y'all that. Rewind it on the replay. Wasn't that weird how I come on here and I'm ranting mad? And then that all happens. Here's why. It's a total distraction. It's keeping us away from looking in the right direction. And I'm just saying, should we be looking in Mississippi? You think that's all part of Tony's lies that night? Is Tony lying? Probably. I don't know. I don't know. Don't ask me. But he's not helping the case. He's distracting it. He's actually encouraging locals to go, and everybody, to put pressure on LE. Well, that'd be different. We're in a court case, and, you know, we're putting pressure on the defense or the prosecution. That's what court's about. But we can put pressure on law enforcement in a very positive way, which is to continue to keep Sebastian's face out there, continue to see if we can get like people, you know, that are in that area to look if, you know, it's not like the searchers, I gotta go to Mississippi, right? I mean, really, honestly, there's probably people in Mississippi that are very much willing to look for Sebastian. They would just need, I don't know, a PR person that's doing their job right to kind of give them some guidelines and align the right people with the correct credentials to grid areas off and do a search with a recorded app that allows you to check in while you're searching in paired up teams with proper safety equipment and have security accompany different groups. See? That's how you would do it if this was truly about Sebastian and finding him. It's time to back up and regroup, right? Because that's nuts. Where's this child? All right, let's go back through this, you guys. The last time the child is seen on camera, the last proof of life we have is at that Texas Roadhouse. All right? Now, I said from the very get-go, my gut tells me a handoff. You know, where the child is transferred. Another way to look at that theory would be this. So if I was to adjust my original theory, it would be that there wouldn't be a switch off of vehicles. But rather, what I think occurred most likely would be that Katie would have handed off Sebastian to step grandma Dirty Socks. And I think that would have been done at the R.L. Worsham grocery store close to that, like maybe a quarter mile away where it's like desolate. There are no houses. It's a wooded area. Okay. So in that scenario, Katie would have Sebastian in the car all the way to that location. And then that's where Katie's mom's car is waiting with her, and she's waiting. They would hand off Sebastian. Now Katie would be free to go to her house and play her role as if Sebastian was there, lights out, nobody'd see. What that 3 o'clock could be would be actually the transfer of the shoes and the clothing from step grandma Dirty Socks, getting it to Katie, and you see the lights. I don't know. What do you guys think? A handoff, taking back roads. Right. It just makes more sense, right? Because Katie would have Sebastian in the car for the dash cam all the way till, like, a mile before the house. And then she's free of Sebastian. She can go on and ride Harleys and do what she's going to do and not hang up posters, not look for a kid. She can go get on that 3-hour call. Meanwhile, if Grandma Dirty Socks was in her car, nobody's going to be looking at her car or for her license plate or for nothing. And she can drop off Sebastian with his, she probably changed his clothes at her house or something. Said, hey, Sebastian, leave your clothes here with Granny. Put these other clothes on. Yeah, we're going to have a sleepover. Yep, it's going to be a lot of fun. Ellie, thank you, lovely. Let's not bail Sebastian to sign the petition for FBI full takeover before this case becomes another Summer Wells case. Amen. I've already signed it, but I want others to sign it too. I really, really, really wonder about Mississippi. Why did he have to move his RV? According to Chris, or not according to Chris, but according to what we know, it was stated that Chris skipped out of there right after he found out that Sebastian was reported missing. He made a show of his face, and he had to get out there and move his RV out of Mississippi or wherever it was, right? He had to get it moved. Like right now, insistent. Can't be here the rest of the dang day. I got to tend to my RV. Well, we know where Ellie was. The first 24 hours, they thought that they had a runaway. So they're not watching Chris over here with his RV and what happened near that location. And if this Operation Blackout happened where we actually have the Dirty Socks grandma bringing Sebastian, there ain't nobody tracking her car. Because you advocate for victims, you get attacked. Well, here I go. I'm crusading for victims, Mama D. I love you, Jennifer. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you for that another $50 snooper chat. Thank you, lovely. Well, I'm trying. I try to stay focused. I will admit, anytime a real parent speaks, I have to go watch it. But I'm not going to put it out there for drama. I'm not going to fall for it. We're going to stay on to this. So, if Sebastian is actually closer to where Pissyfoot RB was, right? If his RB, if we can locate where his RB was, I would think within 5-10 miles of that would be the search. In like a radius. That's just my humble opinion. I will get the petitions link again next time. And that way I can distribute it to the mods. Teresa Wood, lovely. You just have to Google petition for Sebastian Rogers, but we will for next time. We'll get the link. David says, but he did not arrive until 1:30 or so. Was it because he needed extra sleep from driving all night? See, I would think his mileage on his vehicle would show it. However, you could be right. You could be right. I'm just saying, David, he could have borrowed a vehicle from the Dirty Socks, right? Lewis says, doesn't CP have a stepsister that works with the sheriff's office in some form? We've all heard the rumor, but I can't find it, you guys. It's officially the Dirty Socks for me. Because I feel they're dirty, and we all know dirty socks suck. I hate it when I have dirty socks. I got to shower, put new ones on. Nobody likes dirty socks. Hey, Sasha Johnson. Yeah, the RB is a huge piece of evidence, in my opinion. Any other law enforcement agency, I would have used CPS case as probable cause for the RB. Boom! Sasha Johnson, I agree with you. I'm going to keep promoting this and advocating this, you guys. Here's the deal. If the child is 12 and under, I personally believe, or if they qualify for an Amber Alert, I humbly push it out there and advocate for us to have a law change that would suggest that as soon as a child that is 12 or under or an Amber Alert is in progress, it be treated initially from the ensuing second as a criminal investigation, meaning parents are segregated, interrogated separately. All people that had contact with the child in the last 24 hours are then also contacted and segregated, questioned thoroughly. Luminol, fingerprints collected, cameras, photos, full criminal investigation. I do not feel we should be begging for somebody to have a reason to criminally investigate a missing child that is 15 years old with autism, has allegedly no shoes on his feet, no water, no food, no friends, no Wi-Fi, no phone, nothing. Why are we begging for a criminal investigation? Where is the logic? Excuse me. Excuse me. That's a problem. They ruled him as a runaway. They messed up Alicia Keys. Could be right, Alicia. Karen, Texas, you always treat every case like a homicide. Collect evidence, suspect everyone near the case. You cannot go back. Boom! Karen, Texas is right. It should be treated initially as a criminal investigation. That's how we find our kids. If that's all I do for the rest of my life is I get on here and every night talk about that at least once, I feel like we're doing better in getting more people to really consider that something to be seriously a law that we vote on and get passed. Whether it has to start in each of us in our county or if it has to be statewide or if it is a federal thing that we have to do, I don't know. I am not a politician. I will never be a politician. I am a mother. Dreamweaver says the sheriff is Pissyfoot personal sheriff, in my opinion. The same sheriff that absolutely is not showing any passion or any urgency for looking for Sebastian, in my opinion. Why? Why would Sumner County have not showed this child's face when he's an Amber Alert during the only presser that I know that they've had, to my knowledge? I got to leave it there. Just let it sit there in silence and ask that. All right, you guys, here's what we're going to do. I need to tinkle. I can't hold it. So we're going to play a song. I'll be gone 3 minutes and I'll be right back. Well, 3 minutes, 3 seconds, whatever. It's always threes in this case, right?
You can tell yourself and all our friends I was wrong and you were right. But your sins that happened in the dark will come out in the light. I'm not gonna waste my breath, I won't put up a fight. 'Cause the days are gonna whisper and the months are gonna talk until the years yell out the truth. Time will tell, time will tell on you. When a train whistles far away, and when the cold wind blows, when the lightning in your eyes reveals the darkness in your soul, the world will be reminded of what it already knows. 'Cause the days are gonna whisper and the months are gonna talk until the years yell out the truth. Time will tell, time will tell on you. No one may ever say a thing, but surely as the seasons change, you feel like every finger points at you 'cause you're to blame.
Sing it with me.
And the days are gonna whisper and the months are gonna talk until the years yell out the truth. Time will tell, time will tell on you.
All right, you guys. Thanks for letting me have that minute. I literally was squirming. Yeah, so I got to thinking about this. Hold on a minute. Let me get back in my chair comfortable. What if we were to, like, maybe I'll write a letter, right? And then to my governor, ask, I'm going to talk to somebody and find out, what do you do to get something like that where you get people behind it? And I know a guy in my town that knows like how you do that. And his name is Tim. And he's not part of true crime. So that'll be great. I'll just ask him, how do I get an idea scene like that? How do we get wind behind it? And then I'll come back and let you guys know, because who would be against that? I can't imagine. I mean, we should never have to be begging when a child's life is at stake for them to look into the last people that were with them. Okay, let me put it this way. If this was somebody that could self-sustain themselves, they could just go get a job and, move on with their life, I could see where they're kind of hesitant in the beginning to fully invest into a criminal case. We're talking a minor child, y'all. And I know it wouldn't help Sebastian because he's 15. But like I said, I want it to be where if they qualify for an Amber Alert as well, and that would have helped Sebastian. Because if this was already a bill, let's say, a law, right? Let me get my tablet because I got to scribble when I talk. So if this was a law or a bill already that took place, how would it have happened? What would have taken place? Let's talk about it. So Oh, that's so interesting. I just realized 6:39 is when Katie and Sebastian left the Texas Roadhouse, and then it is about 6:39, which is exactly 12 hours later, when the call is made to the sheriff's office. Almost exactly 12 hours. Okay, thanks for that little nugget. It just happened in my head. All right, so let's get this law made. All right, so I'm making a note that I'm writing the letter, and I'll show it to you guys. You can help me write it and all that. But I'll get the outline done. You can change it up. So we're going to write a letter, and it's going to be for 12 or younger and Amber Alert. All right, now, Tony Evers is my governor, and him and I are not on good terms because he won't help Brendan Dassey. And I've had a personal conversation in front of a huge group on camera, and it went live out on my other YouTube. And Tony Evers knows I recorded him being very, very rude and not helping, denying help to a child with autism. Well, he has a spectrum of autism, I believe, but he hasn't been diagnosed, but everybody suspects it. Linda Ross says, hi, 1111 family. In my opinion, Sebastian told Dad didn't want to be there anymore. The narcissist CP and KP likely told him he came into the world with nothing, so he leaves with nothing. Well, he definitely did leave with nothing. Wow, Linda, that's hard to swallow, but could be true. Sasha Johnson says, so if this does make it to court, how does Sumner County answer for their illegal activities and lack of protocol? Well, it wouldn't be a law then. I mean, so if this would have happened, right, if this was already a law, Sebastian would have been treated as a criminal investigation instantly. They would have known most likely if the child actually slept in the bed rather than just googling and looking at it. There could have been fingerprints in that room taken to see who else had been in that room, right? Were there unknown fingerprints in that room? They could have possibly done luminol to see if there was any bodily fluids anywhere in that home. They could have investigated the bed that CP talked about. That was, think about it. If all they're doing is looking for a missing kid, they're not looking at the bed to see if the kid slept in it. They're looking to see if the kid's in the bed or under the bed or beside it. That's the difference. Sasha Johnson says, I'm calling Mississippi, making sure they are filled in on who's in their county and what's happening. Ooh, right? That's your choice, lovely. I support any help for Sebastian to find him. Mama D talked to Jesse James here in Wisconsin. He helped get law passed for Lily in Chippewa Falls. Is that what you mean by CF? Mary Beth? Jesse James. Now that I would like emailed to me is how I get a hold of him. I will talk to him and find out. CPS case would have been attached and CP would have been fully investigated. Amen, Sasha. We do have a crisis, Stanley. We have a lot of parents on rugs, and we're talking ethme. If you know Pig Latin, you know what I just said. And I'm going to tell you now, that is orphaning a lot of kids without parents. They say history repeats itself. Well, if you look at the 1960s, right, that's when a lot of kids didn't have parents because the parents were busy experimenting and being free, right? And so you got a whole bunch of latchkey kids in Generation X where we had to survive. And now you look at it and we're going through that again. There's new rugs out there that are literally zombifying the parents. And now we're finding out that more and more kids don't just go missing. it's even worse. Hi, Ann. You said plus when you're a runaway, cops look for runaways and then take you back to the house when you're found. Right. If it's treated as okay, let me put it this way. At 12 years old or younger, if this child runs away, I think the house should be being looked at. And the occupants. Why is a little kid running away from their home? Think of how Summer Wells' case would have been. Criminal investigation immediately. Dawn and Candace not being able to give interviews together because they're being interrogated in separate holding facilities. I'm just saying. I'm going to talk to somebody. I've got Jesse James in Wisconsin's name down. In Chippewa Falls. Okay, thank you, Chippewa Falls. I'll find him. No problem. That's like, I'm a good researcher. Y'all know that. I'll find him. I think that's why I'm single. Everybody knows I can research really good. Don't lie to me. I'd be one of those, if I was like a post-conviction lawyer, right? I'd be like Zellner. I'd be like, listen, if you're lying to me, if you're actually guilty, I guarantee you, I will find out and I will expose you. So you better be telling me the truth. Truth Sleuth says, I believe that every police and sheriff office needs training in autism so that this does not happen again. Sumner County seems not to have any understanding of the challenges kids with ASD experience. And it is becoming a larger part of our population. Jenny, I wonder if marijuana doesn't cause autism. Like if it is in your stream. Because like I smoked marijuana. Not when I was pregnant. But long years ago, before I had Noah and Quentin, I smoked marijuana. And then later I had Quentin. He was fine. But then later I had Noah, and I always wondered if, like, there was something. They say it wouldn't last that long, but then how do you know? And I mean, a lot of people smoke marijuana. That's the only thing I ever did. So, ever in my life has tried marijuana. And so I don't know if it would matter. But I've always wondered because I'm like, maybe that affected my DNA or something. I agree, Sasha. The mother of Sebastian does appear or seem very detached. Jenny K, all the new cars are getting far more depressing. I think you meant cases. Are getting far more depressing than the next, like Corey's at the moment. I don't know about Corey's. I'm not sure I'm ready for another case. I'm too focused right now on Sebastian. Okay, I'm writing that down. Okay, you guys are helping me. Wisconsin State Senate District 23. Okay. He lives in Altoona. Well, I could meet with him if he wanted me to. I feel like that's important. We need to look into this. We definitely need to look into this to see. Wouldn't that be incredible? Even if I could just get it passed in Wisconsin, it would be a start, right? And I'm sure all the true crime creators, no matter who you are, would be for this, right? Because it would just, think about all the cases that the child would be found so much sooner and maybe even save their lives. Cowgirl says there is no good reason a child would just run out of his home without a coat, shoes, or his phone. What would he be running from if he ran? Excellent question. Wow, that's a good question. Sasha says, I wonder why Sebastian looked like his weight fluctuates and he seems younger in some and way older in others. Well, we don't know what order the pictures were taken in, and I don't believe they have a lot of photographs. Or at least they're not sharing. Jennifer says, that's hogwash. Marijuana didn't cause anything. I don't know. I'm just like, what has everybody been exposed to that we're seeing this huge hike in autism? Yes, Mary Beth, I absolutely 100% remember the Lily Peterson case. I didn't cover it because it was too close to home. If the case is too close to home, and I discover something, I could be jeopardizing my own children, so I don't. True says, Elmer Woods, I work in mental health and with many ASD children. As soon as I heard KP's story, it did not ring true in my opinion. No one is talking about Sebastian's sensory challenge. Well, I don't know if Sebastian was like my autistic son or not, but when I listened to everybody describe him, he was not a woodsy kind of kid. He didn't like to get dirty. I don't think he enjoyed bugs. And that's how my son is. And if I told him we were going camping, I'm going to tell you now, I would have to trick him to go. There is no way. He would absolutely no. And if I told him we were going to be somewhere outside at night, he would tell me absolutely he will defend himself if I were to try to do that. He would. He'd be like, there's no way. There is no way. But that's just my son. Could be others too, though. Alicia Kay says pressure needs to be put on the sheriff's office. I've been through this. Stayed on detective's last nerve. Took 2 years to find the missing body, but he was buried in the backyard with concrete. Well, I think when you say pressure on the sheriff's office, I think that pressure, in my humble opinion, is staying on Sebastian's case and making awareness very strong. And also, I want to work on this, getting this law, because it could save a lot of people. Right? Right. Food, air, pharmaceuticals. That could be where it's coming from. It could be the preservatives. Maybe that's what it is. Preservatives. Like everything's like 3D printed in a way. Like Pringles. You know, I've never seen perfect. It's like 3D printed food. It is more preservatives than it is nutrition. Right? Well, thank you, Mary Beth, for telling me that. I didn't know. Took a little guilt off me, y'all did, because I was like, God, I wish I would have never. Okay, Mary Beth says, I never smoked anything, and I am an autistic. I have a child on the spectrum. She didn't say autistic. I read it. Yeah, maybe it is. Maybe it is the chemicals. Pesticides and runoff, right? As you could be right. Sasha Johnson says he seemed like he liked fishing and bobcatting and bowling. So he seems really functioning. He loves hockey and Minecraft and school and ice cream. And says, it's okay, Mama D. I was like Cheech and Chong back in the day. Right, Sasha Johnson. Vaccines, baby formula, stress. You guys are seriously telling me the truth. I believe it. I believe it. It's just a combination. Could be our toothpaste that has fluoride. Fluoride is really, really bad for the body, actually, I've heard. I could be wrong. I better be careful. I don't want to be giving no medical advice. Susanna Coism, I can't say your last name, sweetheart. Smiley needs to wash out her mouth with soap. I disconnected when I heard her bad language. What happened? We're not doing it. I love Smiley. If she did swear and she was naughty, it's because her passion got the best of her, and I'm sure she didn't mean nothing by it. I'm just saying, sometimes people get ugly. If you've never gotten ugly in your life, then you're very special. I've said things, y'all. I'm going to tell you one time I went on a vacation to Florida and I took my youngest, who, like I said, has autism. And he hated it the entire vacation. It was 30 days long. And he was literally mad everywhere we went that we were going these places. Like I would take him to the aquarium where he could watch all the fish, and that scared him. And I tried so hard to like get him out of his shell. And I had another son with me, his brother, that's 1 year older, and he was constantly they were arguing and bickering. And I had like a Chevy Chase moment in Kentucky Fried Chicken, y'all, in front of everybody, where I melted down. Yep. I bought so we were staying at a motel, and the only way to get to Kentucky Fried Chicken was to go along and cross two 6-lane highways, and there really was no walking path. You just had to wait till the cars were gone and run like heck, and it's horrible. But that's what they told me. If you want Kentucky Fried Chicken, they won't deliver. You got to go there. And I didn't have a vehicle, and I should have got an Uber, but I didn't. So me being dumb, not thinking about Noah, not understanding how serious it is that we walk like more than a walking pace. He's very stubborn. He does not understand something. He's not going to go with it. So we get across the first 6 lanes, and there's like grass and stuff. And I'm like, you got to go faster, Noah, baby. You've got to go faster. He's like, okay, mama, okay. So I see a break, and I have him in front of me, and I can't go any faster than him because you want your kid in front of you. And I'm like, go, Noah, go, go, go. And the cars are about to hit us. They are not slowing down. They do not care. And we are going to be hit by a car. It is for real. And at the last second, the guy literally did not swerve to miss us. And I had to, with both hands, I had to full force throw, like push my son and jump into the ditch with him to save our life. Now, y'all, if you don't have an autistic child, you do not put your hands on this child. I had never had to. But it was a life or death situation. If I didn't do it, we're both dead. He is now lost his crap. He has no understanding of what I'm saying. I'm hysterical because I'm saying, oh my God, are you okay? And he's like, why would you touch me? Right? So I try to calm him down, but he's triggered. The whole thing was overload. Sensory overload. Mom's yelling. He's absolutely lost it. And I got to calm him down. And I got to calm down. So first thing I do is order an Uber for the way home. Never again will I put me through it. So anyway, we get into Kentucky Fried Chicken, and I'm literally having PTSD flashbacks of the vehicle, and I'm shaking, like my legs feel like noodles, right? And I just want to get the dang chicken and get my kids fed and get home. So I order chicken, and he's mad and won't order. He won't tell me what he wants. He has shut down, and I'm trying my best, but I'm at my breaking point. We're on day like maybe 15 of the vacation, and it hasn't been going good, and I've been trying everything. I'm spending a fortune trying to get this kid to enjoy something, but all he wants to do is go home and play Minecraft. So I'm like, we're in Florida, baby, right? Or he wants to stay in the motel and play Minecraft, but I'm not leaving my kid in a motel. So he's got to go on these things. Okay. So we get the chicken. He don't want to eat it. He won't eat it. He won't do nothing. And in front of God and everybody in that restaurant, when he picked it up and lifted it high on the table and it dropped in front of me and covered me in mashed potatoes, I stood up in front of everybody. I literally was like, you will either eat, and I said it very firm and loud, like it shut the restaurant down. I was like, you will either eat what I got you, or you will eat nothing else for the night. I've had enough. Am I clear? And he was humiliated. I was humiliated. Nobody ate. We went back to the motel. Noah was bawling. I felt horrific. We had 2 queen beds. The boys slept over there. I had my own. And I could hear him sniffling. And something inside me told me, don't apologize quick. And I know that sounds rude, but it was also a reality check for my son. And it was hard. It's not easy being who I am. It's not easy being an autistic mother or father. It's not easy. It alters your life plan. But it's the most special feeling in the world when they know they can trust you. They know it. And you are the one that they trust. And you do your best. Do I wish I could take that day back? Yeah. I wish to golly I'd order an Uber. What the hell was I thinking, right? I didn't realize, I wasn't even thinking I was endangering my kids. I was in the middle of nowhere, and that's what the manager told me everybody does. But you don't try that with an autistic child. I had no idea he was going to go into freeze frame and just literally not want to cross the road in the middle, right? So that happened. And I'm not saying people don't lose their stuff, because I have. It doesn't come with a manual. None of us are perfect. Yes, I apologized very strongly to my son in the morning. But I did let him fuss for a good 10 minutes while he went to sleep. He wasn't wailing or crying, but I could hear him sniffling. I knew he was very, very hurt. But I needed him to understand, and I had explained it to him before he went to bed, that the car was about to hit him, and it would have killed him and me. And he said, but you said there was never a reason to put hands on people, and you lied to me. You put your hands on me. He really didn't get it. Oh, gotta do what you gotta do. It's not easy being a good parent. Sometimes you gotta tough love it. But I will tell y'all, we had a great vacation from there on. Hold on a minute. His whole attitude changed. He was happy after I gave him his hug and told him I was sorry, and he said he was sorry too. And after that, he seemed to be like in the vacation. It like wake up called him that I can't protect him always. Like, I was lucky I told him to be there and push him out of the road. I said, but the cars will run you over. It is tough love. It's hard. Yeah, Sebastian seems fine with the hug I see, says Sasha. Yep. I'm the only human besides Grandma that can hug my son. He does not want nobody else to touch him. I didn't mean to turn this into all about my son, you guys. I'm just saying, people do lose their crap. And it's why I can relate to Sebastian so well. Unfortunately, I don't feel like there was as much protection over Sebastian as I have over my son. I don't feel it. Annette says, one of my friends always says you can't be a friend always. You have to be a parent first. Yeah, that's what happened. Hi, Glenda Henshaw. How are you doing, lovely? Sasha Johnson, I almost get the feeling that CP, a stepfather, was jealous of Sebastian. Yeah, I was a very patient parent with my kids, truly. But I think at some point, like I said, I had the Chevy Chase and we're going to go to the park and you're going to have fun. Everybody's going to have fun moment in Kentucky Fried Chicken, like really happened. I never forgot it. I never did it again. I embarrassed them and myself and everybody else there. and not in a good way. I could have saved it for back at the room, right? But I like lost my crap. I don't know what's wrong with these people. I really don't. You enjoyed my vacation story? Let me tell you really quick. Okay, I know tonight's weird. I'm like just rambling on about my life. But who else is going to understand me, right? But you. So I take these two kids across the globe to Florida because I'm way, way away from there, where I was born. And we have an ocean, and my children are so delighted. And I'm like, okay. They're almost teenagers, right? So they're a year and a half apart. So I think they were 11 and 12 and a half, somewhere in there. And I buy them boogie boards, and I'm out in the ocean playing with them for a while, and then I've got to sit down. So I go up on the sand, but I have to sit pretty far back because I've got to keep an eye on two kids that are not playing together. And they've separated. And I'm like, oh. It's like, I'm literally a metronome watching my kids. And I'm like, well, at least they're not fighting for once. They're not picking at each other. The one's not saying, Mom, he got more than I did. Mom, why is he doing that? Mom, he's got my stuff, right? I'm like, oh, a moment, 5-10 minutes where I can just watch them play. Nope. I literally watched them where they've got, 30 feet between them with just splashing other children, literally unknowingly magnetized directly toward each other and get into a spat in the middle of the ocean, and they both ran to me to tattle. I just was laughing. I was literally laughing because I'm like, how did they even know out of all the thousands of little hands in the water what direction to get towards each other? But they did it. And then I told my kids, I'm like, yeah, I've got to share parts of this. I'm sorry if you're new to the channel. This is not normal. I got to share this with you guys. So I decided to take them on. Like, we're going to walk some places, get some good exercise. It's about 2 miles to the beach. They have a grocery store. We're going to swing in. I'm going to get a loaf of bread and some bologna. And we're just going to have like our own little picnic out there on the beach. Oh my gosh, you guys, we got dropped off by the Uber in the wrong area. It wasn't a good neighborhood. My kids were never so happy to get a bologna sandwich and back to civilization in our life. I'll just say that. I just kept saying, don't look at anybody. Keep walking. Keep your hands in your pocket. Stay right in single line. I've got my phone in my hand. Don't look at anybody. Keep walking. There were bad people coming up asking my minor children if they wanted to buy something. And I kept saying, I have 911 on my phone ready to hit dial. And they'd back off. It was horrific. Those are memories I can never replace. That is so true. Yeah. I do think fluoride dumbs people down. That's just my opinion. I am not a doctor. Don't listen to me. I absolutely know nothing about medicine. Nothing. Even though I'm a med tech, whatever. Doesn't matter. CP is very much embarrassed and didn't want anything Sebastian around. Oh, you could be very right, Anne. That whole family seems to ridicule Sebastian, which is heartbreaking. Well, and that's quite obvious. You're so right, Teresa Wood. KP definitely did not protect Sebastian. I know, I talked about my son a lot. I'm trying to explain, I guess, tonight why I can relate to Sebastian, why I feel like I would understand him, why I'd be able to be like, okay, we're going to play Minecraft. I could truly hang out with Sebastian because I hang out with my son and I see them as extremely intelligent, but they have their own idiosyncrasies. They have things that they need to do, such as stimming. They have repetitive behavior. Each person has their own uniqueness about them, but that makes them like rare. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the ocean. Oh, you're right, Jennifer. The ocean is a healing place. Absolutely. Very. I have the ocean eyes, I was told. I was born in Pensacola, Florida. And when I went down to Florida, every time I'd get in an Uber or I locals and stuff, they'd say, "Ah, you got the Pensacola eyes." I don't know what accent I just did, but it's supposed to not be Irish, but it should have been French. But anyway, yeah, they said I had Pensacola blue eyes, which was the color of the ocean, they said. Sherry K says Chris and Katie both know what happened to Sebastian, in my opinion, and where he was put. Sorry, but I just don't think he is still with us in this world. Something happened that night, and Chris and Katie and Kathy know, in my opinion. That would be my bet if I were guessing. Glenda Hinshaw says, where are you located roundabout? Oh. I have something I want y'all to think about. It's just bothering me. It's all about the blackout. Okay, Dana Lynn. I'm telling you, that's bizarre, right? I do have great memories with my children. I truly do. Absolutely. I felt so bad that I had to shove him off the road, but we were about to be a pancake. I mean, seriously, if you would have had that on video, you would have asked how much closer it could have got to being hit, right? Rose Bunny says, I heard they were staying at the Yogi Bear campground. There's one in Mississippi, I think, unless that was where he was staying with CP or KP when he went back up to work. I didn't look for Yogi Camp near Memphis. I'm not sure. I need to know. I just really, really, and hey, whenever I get a hunch and I start asking, there's usually a reason, right? I need to know where Chris Proudfoot was at with his RV before he moved it on the day Sebastian was reported missing. I would like to know that. And then I would like 60 searchers to circle a 5-mile radius around that location and begin circling in a grid location. We'll get you an app that'll track you, that reports back to one home base. I'm just saying. Aw. Amy Conway says, Mama D, you're doing great job. Love from Costa Rica. Or Costa Rica. Thank you, lovely. Is it Costa Rica? I think it's Costa Rica. Yep, Mississippi is where I feel. I don't know. I want to know. I do feel like there's something about Horn Lake. I do. Dana, you could be onto something. I'm going to look. Horn Lake, Mississippi. And I'm going to write down Yogi Bear. All right. It's on our whiteboard. It's on our whiteboard. All right, my lovely Luz. Oh, from Central America. That's amazing. I'm terrible at geography and geometry. Geography and yeah, no. I'm good at math. Margaret Chappell, I am hearing so much now, and I am getting confused. Lord, I wish they would just stay focused on finding Sebastian and stop all this crap. I agree. All right. Sasha says Rankin Lake is included in that actually, and I would like to send in paratroopers and drones and sonar and dogs. So I have a question. Is it true that Tony Mathis has drones and used them in the Idaho 4 case? Is that true? Because he did make a post about the Idaho 4 case, right? And it looked like there was drone footage. I don't know if it was him or not, but if Tony Mathis was using drones, if, could we get them over here on the Sebastian Rogers case? And if it isn't Tony Mathis, which like I said, would you buy a used car from him or not? That's how you know if you trust him or not. It's kind of your decision, right? But let's talk about that. Could we get some drones to start thinking about it? If we do find out, how about Horn Lake? Has anybody used drones or done boots on the ground near Horn Lake? Has that been done? Has anybody thought about it? I'm asking, but I don't think anybody has. Yeah, I would not, says Mr. Is. I wouldn't buy a used car from him. I just feel something's weird. I really do. But anyway, what about drones, you guys? You know, Ellie will tell you that the public's usually the one that help be the one to find um, the victim. I mean, look at Gabby Petito, right? Nicola Bully, all public, all public, public tips, or they find them. Why have drones not been used in this case if they haven't? That doesn't make any sense. I agree, Ann. Yeah, I'm not going to say it, but I agree with you. Sasha says, why isn't Seth calling Midwest EquiSearch? I suggested it. Why not? It's warm out now. EquiSearch. Yeah, that's a good idea. It is 15 minutes from Yogi Bears to St. Jude. All right. Yogi Bear. Is that okay. How far is Horn Lake? Let's Google this. Hold on. Let's Google this. Let's do this. And then we're going to jump off here after this. Un momento.
Whoop.
That was Smiley saying, whoop! All right. Let's Google this. Horn Lake, Mississippi to St. Jude's Hospital. Oh, I should have put Memphis, right? Dang. Oh, it did. It did. 22 minutes. 17.9 miles. Let's look at Lake Horn. Let's look at this. Horn Lake. Let's try to get this big. Whoa, look at that Mississippi River. Was he going to work at 5:30 in the morning because he wanted to get to not St. Jude's, but the Mississippi first? And so why? Okay, think about this. Let's pretend he had to get rid of something, right? Before work. Why go all the way back home? Why not do your drop-off right here at the Mississippi River, which is literally, what, quarter mile? I mean, you get out of downtown, you can come out here. What's all this? What does this look like? Where's some boat docks, right? Interesting. Look at this, Arkansas, Tennessee. You could technically get him crossed over into Arkansas right here. Huh. Well, that's interesting. Mary Beth, how do I get in touch with you? Is it about a theory, hon? Because then you can just leave it in the comments below, love. But if it's about Jesse James and stuff, email me at rubberducky2005 at yahoo.com. Right, Kiona T, that guy Steven that Tony brought in as quote source made a video on TikTok to apologize for spreading misinformation. Right. Glenda Hinshaw says exactly, no campground needed. The Mississippi is moving a very fast moving river and currents go to the Gulf. That's what I'm saying. Look how close we are. This is the St. Jude's Research Hospital. And you got the Memphis right here. The Memphis. I'm sorry, you got. I'm so zoned in on this because I'm like, what the heck? Mm-hmm. There's gators on the Mississippi River. Okay. Let's dial her back. Island 40. Is there anything with 3? They like 3 so much. I was just thinking they'd want to keep it. I should get off here, you guys. I'm beat. I had such a long day. I look forward to the email, Mary Beth. It's rubberducky2005 at yahoo.com. You think it's worse than the Summer Wells case, Jill? I don't know about that. It's close. I'm just looking around here, seeing if there's any road or a name of a place that Horn Lake, Walls, Rains, Germantown. Here we are in Egypt over here. If he ever says, you know, he could be in Egypt, we're going right there to look. It is really strange how close that is to the Mississippi. Look at that. And right there's the Mississippi. From here to here. Wow. That's less than a mile, I think. That's shocking. Or worse yet, maybe he just found some dumpster along his route going to work and was like, hey, there's no cameras around that dumpster. I don't know. Bothers me though. Look at this Norfolk. Is that? Look at that, you guys. I don't know why. Bass Landing Road. I do know why it goes right to the water right here on Bass Landing. Right to the dang water. Look at that. You see that? There's no houses. There's not even a way there would be a camera. There's not a house. It's called Bass Landing. It takes you right down here to the water. Dang. He loved fishing, right? Look at this whole road. Here we go. We've got a little park. Hernando de Soto River Park. Let's look at this. He could pull. Oh, look at this. Boat dock. Boom. You could get your little boat. Take it for a stroll. Uh-huh. Wow. That's crazy right here. So I want to go back and look how you get on this. Where were we? I lost our place. I'll scroll back out. Okay, here we go. So, here's Horn Lake. So you take this temporary closed. Okay, so this is a closed business even. Old 61, which is going to take you up here to Norfolk. And this is temporary closed. No businesses, no cameras. Straight from Horn Lake. You see Horn Lake right here? So you would get out here on Goodman Road. Oh, I bet he would like that road. Goodman Road, right? You're going to go straight across that three-way right there, or whatever that is. You're going to get on this and head over to Old Highway 61, which obviously there are no houses except for this little section here. Otherwise, look at this. Nothing. Nothing. No cameras. Nothing. Well, it's all the way. Okay, we have one little property right here. We're going and we're going and boom. If we come here, we're going to cross this Bass Landing Road. But, yeah, you would almost have to. You would have to. You'd have to cross this little place, but it is temporarily closed, right? So you wouldn't even have to worry about this place. You would just come right through here. Who cares? They're closed. Ba-boom. You're on Bass Landing all the way around. Boom. Water. 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 So 3 places between here and Horn Lake. That's where I'd be looking. I'd be looking over here. If I was a searcher and all that good stuff, I don't know how you'd access all that, but I would definitely go to that Bass. This guy. Follow it. Get over there. Absolutely desolate. I can't believe that. And it's right by Horn Lake. Is that why he chose this location? Let's look at this again. So you come out of Horn Lake, right? Let's get a little bigger. And you're going to go left and you're going to go MR Dye Public Library. What is this road? Goodman, all right? You're going to drive Goodman Road all this way, straight as a board. Lord, it's right by this church. Remember, go to church, might find your son. Goodman Road. Look at this, St. Paul CM Church Cemetery. Interesting. And then here, it separates. You keep going over the overpass. And then what way do we go? We go this way, onto 61, Business 61. And, is that the way we go? Or does this go through? Oh, this goes through. Oh, no, it doesn't. Right there, it does not. Which is safer? It's this way. Be interesting to check these little places. See if, that day, if this little gas station caught anything. If this Royal Experience Beauty Barber Salon, Dockery Express, if any of them caught anything, right? Because it looks like he'd have to go right through here. And then there's a little Baptist church. And I don't know, because Old Highway 67, or 61, sorry, comes here. Yeah, you might have to go by a couple places right in here, not much. You get on this Old Highway 61. Let's get close and up close. So here's your property right here that you're going to go past, this house. I don't know if this is part of their land or another house, but there it is. Now let's see. Like I said, this place right here. That looks like a farm. It doesn't even look like it has a house. They're all very long, skinny buildings. What is this? Y'all? Is this a pig farm or something? Because that would freak me out. What is this? What kind of place is this? Look, it's all long, skinny buildings. Could be turkey barns, chicken barns. Oh gosh, not sure. I'm being nosy. Half houses, see? With the thing in the middle. Some sort of a farm. Interesting. All right, let's continue. Look at all these cars. They must work there. It's a business. It's not even a house. It's not even going to be open. There'd be nobody at all. Sorry about that. Where was it? Right in here. Nobody be here. This is absolutely a business. Look. No one would be there early in the morning. And then he'd zoom past these places. And nothing. Absolutely nothing. No cameras. No one to see you. Nothing. Okay, here, right? And it's late at night. Or early in the morning, right? Well before 5:30. Here's this temporary closed Bass Landing, right? And it's all business looking. The whole thing is business. And they're closed. Another business looking thing, not a house. Boom. Water. And what water? Mississippi. Look at this. What is this? What is in the water? What the heck is in the water? Is that a barge? Is that a barge? What is this, y'all? Street view? I don't think I can do street view, can I? I'm trying. It's not letting me. That's crazy. That's where I'd be looking. A barge? Okay. That's what I would be doing. That's what I feel. Right here is where I'd start looking. Somewhere along here. This Bass Landing Road. Here's a little park, and it dead ends. Lord. How depressing. Right, Michelle Scott? Would explain why they stayed up that way so much to watch. Glenda Hinshaw says this is why I believe this is his last place. Rose Bunny. Click on Street View. I can't, lovelies. I tried. It's not giving me the option. I tried. It gives me this instead. It just clicks this up. There it's off. There it's on. When I click it. Look, you guys, I grabbed him and I'm like, go over here. And look, he dangles. But it won't let me. I'll try to put him on Bass Road. Nope. It will not let me, y'all. I promise. I would have if it would let me. Now what way do we got to go? We did it. I have no idea if I'm going the correct way. Look at this. Nobody. All right, we got a house. Do they have any cameras? That's what I would be checking. I would have canvassed all this area by now already if I'd have been the PI. Oh, heck yeah. I would have been treating it like a criminal investigation if I was the PI. Can we go down this road? Oh, yeah, this is the one we want to go down. I think we're going the right way. Here's the house. It's very desolate. Like, I feel it's very private-like. I mean, there is nothing. What was that? Whoop. Can we go down it? Nope. Just a cow pasture. There's nothing. If this is, I mean, look, I literally got, I've ended the road into this. I'm here. I go here onto the water. That's it. I think. I'm trying the other way in case. I don't know what way I'm going. Oh, I think this is the way. Look, I see. I'm not as good at this as other people. I'm newer to this part. All right. What do we do here? How are we going to pass this guy? It dead ends. All right, so we have no choice. We have no choice. Whoops. Okay, here we go. All right, that would have been fields. Whoops. Somebody tuning in is like, what are they doing? We are going from Horn Lake to the Mississippi River, which is very quick. Very, very quick. And it appears like there wouldn't be much. There are some houses. Are you seeing all these little houses? Have anybody talked to any of these people? See if they got some ring cam that by now it's probably been taped over. That's what sucks. Nobody treated this like an investigation. Okay, now what? What do we do? Okay, now we're on Highway Old 61. I don't want to go on Thomas, do I? What if we were supposed to turn the other way? I don't know. Are we there yet? You need to go to the bathroom. Told you to go before we went. You're going to have to hold it a minute. There's nowhere to go out here unless you're going to cop a squat. Hey, Joe Puglish. Tonight's been a weird night. I'm trying to get somewhere. I wish I could be like, no, just drop me a little further. All right, we're somewhere because there's Walls, Mississippi. All right, so we're in Mississippi. Okay, that's what I wanted. So we couldn't go the other way, could we? Oh, we could. What way do we want to go? Blythe Road? I don't remember Blythe Road. Nope. I gotta go back, y'all. Turn around. Hope I don't get a ticket. I'm not gonna stop at the stop sign. We're gonna stay on this. We're gonna go to the... We're going to the river, man. Get your flip-flops. No, seriously, I think this is where I would be looking for Sebastian. For real. That's just my humble opinion. Well, I wish they'd let me go more than 8 feet at a time. The rewinders can at least fast forward this. It'll look like we're driving real time. Okay, it went dark for some reason, the road. New construction or something? Well, at least it's not dirt, so he wouldn't have to worry about, his truck giving away where he went off-roading, right? Okay, wait a minute, what was that? Where'd that go? Oh, that's at Northbrook Road. Okay, okay. Let's just keep going this way. Now I'm stuck on it. I can't let go. I've got to get there to the Mississippi River. But am I close? Am I even close? Nope. I think I'm going the wrong way, y'all. Did it again. We went that way. It didn't take me. Okay. So where it ended, I couldn't go. I couldn't go any further. I think that's the way to the river, to the Mississippi River. Because this looks like it's taking me, yeah, it's taking me away. All right, I'm done with that. You guys see, there's absolutely nothing, hardly at all, in the way of doing that. Yeah, you could figure out a route that was undetected. Definitely. There's like hardly any houses. Yeah, it flipped on me somehow. I don't know how. Teresa, OMG, are you for real, Mama D? Needs to look at our chat. What, Teresa? Someone said at 10:46 p.m. that one of the volunteers that was looking for Sebastian was found deceased. What? Is that true? What? Is that true, y'all? Is that true? Hold on. I'm going to Google it. I don't even think it would be on Google. How would we find out? Where'd that come from? Right, we need receipts. And where? Was it normal causes? Bite marks on Chris need to be compared to Sebastian's dental records. I agree, Amy. Joe Puglish is like, is what true? So Teresa in chat is saying, let me reread it for you guys. Teresa Wood. Someone said at 10:46 p.m. that one of the volunteers that was looking for Sebastian was found deceased. You're checking on it? Thank you, Teresa. Well, somebody could have had a heart attack. I mean, I'm just saying. Sasha Johnson. He got to work at 5:15, but they start at 7. But I think that's because he was on his way to work at around 4 a.m. and disposed of Sebastian on his way, then went back and cleaned the RV up. I think so, too. Or cleaned up in the RV. I think so, too. Just my humble opinion. Does make me wonder, though, y'all, if that's really what happened. Yeah, I don't know how soon it would be on Google. I have no idea. Right, Boogie. Boogie Green Street says, well, I had my husband come up behind me and grabbed his arms in that area. You would definitely grab the arms, the area of the arms. That's why I agree. Right, Sasha. And it's a decoy because we would think he took the time to bury him at work. But no. That's what I'm saying. Is to misdirect. Everything in this case seems to be trying to misdirect us. I believe Sebastian would have been put in the Mississippi River from where I'm seeing the location on these maps. And they're guarding the RV because somehow he was there physically alive. I don't think he was harmed in the RV. I think he was taken alive down to that place that I just showed you. And I think that's where they met, and that's that. All right, my lovelies, I'm going to jump off here. I hope you have a fantastic weekend. I do want to know, why did this turn? I mean, we didn't even hardly discuss what the thumbnail was about tonight, because I don't understand it. What kind of 180-degree turn did they have? I should have dug more into it. Tonight was a weird video. I just felt like looking on that map to see if we could see, where would I search, right, for Sebastian. And I really feel like Horn Lake leads right to the Mississippi River. It's very close to St. Jude. It's, you know, him and his story about having to go move that RV. And I almost feel like it's very possible that Dirty Sock's grandma may have been the one that the handoff was given to. And then Dirty Sock's Dirty Socks, right? Grandma, in my humble opinion, may have been the one that handed off a second time to Chris. And then Chris took him on this little field trip down here to the Mississippi, and then went to work. I love you all. Let me know if y'all know anything about this deceased searcher. I pray for the family if it's true, but I'm not going to get excited because, shoot, half the time there's drama and it's not even something that really took place. I love you guys. Keep Sebastian in your prayers, my lovelies. Thank you.
You can tell yourself and all our friends I was wrong and you were right. But your sins that happened in the dark will come out in the light. I'm not gonna waste my breath, I won't put up a fight. 'Cause the days are gonna whisper and the months are gonna talk until the years yell out the truth. Time will tell, time will tell on you. When a train whistles far away, and when the cold wind blows, when the lightning in your eyes reveals the darkness in your soul, the world will be reminded of what it already knows. 'Cause the days are gonna whisper and the months are gonna talk until the years yell out the truth. Time will tell, time will tell on you. No one may ever say a thing, but surely as the seasons change, you'll feel like every finger points at you, 'cause you're to blame. And the days are gonna whisper and the months are gonna talk until the years yell out the truth. Time will tell, time will tell on you. It's gonna tell on you.